and where we give you a little bit of breakdown of everything that's happened in wrestling, and then you can go and get your snack and get ready to watch AEW Dynamite. And it looks like it's going to be pretty good. But first, before we do all that, uh, need to pop some stuff up here a little bit. But this week has been interesting, and we're going to run it all down, even talk about maybe some of the things that Jim said on his show, the controversial and all that. Let's see here. All right. So first, we're going to get into some the superstar of the week. Jeffrey Leonard Jarrett was born July 14th, 1967, and is an American professional wrestler and promoter. He is currently signed to AEW Wrestling as both a wrestler and director of business development. Beginning his career in his father's, Jerry Jarrett's Continental Wrestling Association, in 1986, Jarrett first came to prominence upon debuting with a country star gimmick in the World Wrestling Federation in 1992. Over the next 9 years, he alternated between the WWF and its main competitor, World Championship Wrestling, WCW. After WCW was purchased by the WWF in 2001, Jarrett joined the upstart World Wrestling All-Stars promotion in 2002. Jarrett and his father together founded NWA Total Nonstop Action, now known as Impact Wrestling. After departing the promotion in 2014, Jarrett founded another new promotion, Global Force Wrestling. After a failed merger of TNA and GFW, he cut ties with TNA. Jarrett then wrestled in Mexico for Lucha Libre AAA Worldwide before returning to WWE in January of 2019 as an on-screen talent and producer. He departed WWE once more in August of 2022, making his debut with AEW that November. In other words, last week, which we will talk about, a third-generation wrestler, Jarrett has had over 80 championship reigns throughout his career, among them the NWA World Heavyweight Championship 6 times, WCW World Heavyweight Championship 4 times, and the AAA Mega Championship twice. He was inducted into the Impact Hall of Fame in 2015 and the WWE Hall of Fame in 2018. Born in Hendersonville, Tennessee, Jarrett became involved with basketball when he was in high school. But he worked for his father, Jerry Jarrett's Continental Wrestling Association, as referee in March of 1986, and trained as a wrestler under his father, Antojo Yamamoto. Jarrett made his in-ring debut at the age of 18 on April 6, 1986, when jobber Tony Falk attempted to end his lengthy losing streak by challenging Jarrett, then a referee, to a match. Jarrett accepted the challenge, wrestling Falk to a 10-minute draw. Jarrett is a third-generation wrestler. His father wrestled, as did his maternal grandfather, Eddie Martin, while his paternal grandmother, Christine, was employed by Nashville-based wrestling promoters, also called Tina by a lot of the wrestlers. Nick Goulas and Roy Welch. He also wrestled with the American Wrestling Association, the Continental Wrestling Federation in the late 1980s. In 1989, his father, Jerry, purchased the Texas-based World Class Championship Wrestling promotion and merged it with the CW to create the United States Wrestling Association. Over the following years, Jarrett won the USAWA Southern Heavyweight Championship on 10 occasions and the USWA World Tag Team Championship on 15 occasions. Jarrett also wrestled on the independent circuit for 7 years, appearing in Japan and Puerto Rico. In 1990, he wrestled his first tour of Japan with Super World Sports. In 1993, he was hired by the World Wrestling Federation. Jarrett would continue wrestling with the USWA full-time until losing the championship to Jerry Lawler on December 20th, 1993, but returned sporadically for future dates. Early appearances. Jarrett's first involvement with World Wrestling Federation came on August 9th, 1992, when he participated in the kickoff to the first cross-promotional angle between the WWF and the USWA. Sitting at ringside along with Jerry Lawler at the WWF house show that was being held at the Pyramid in Memphis, Tennessee. He issued an open challenge to a WWF wrestler after defeating Kamala by disqualification that night. Brett accepted Jarrett's challenge for a match the next time, and the WWF came to Memphis. Beginning in October, Jarrett himself began making appearances on WWF house show events, defeating Mondo Clean, who would later debut as Damien Demento, and Barry Horowitz at the WWF Wrestling Challenge taping in Louisville, Kentucky. On October 20th, Jarrett scored his biggest victory of his nascent WWF career by upsetting Rick Martel. However, the scheduled match between Bret Hart and Jarrett in October 23rd in Memphis was canceled due to poor weather. Following the canceled Memphis show, he returned to the USWA and okay. Nearly a year later, Jarrett returned to the World Wrestling Federation. He made his televised return on October 23rd, 1993, on WWF Superstars as a heel under the gimmick of Double J. Jeff Jarrett, a country music singer who intended to elevate his singing career through exposure as a wrestler. Jarrett's character would strut to the ring wearing flashing Double J hats and ring attire while he punctuated his promos with the phrase, "Ain't I great?" He ended his interviews by distinctly spelling out his name. That's JEFFJARRETT. He would often win matches by smashing opponents with an acoustic guitar, which was nicknamed El Kabong, after the cartoon character Quick Draw McGraw. Jarrett had his first televised match with the WWF on the December 20th, 1993 episode of Raw, defeating PJ Walker. Jarrett made his pay-per-view debut in January of 94 at the Royal Rumble, entering the Royal Rumble match as the 12th participant and was eliminated less than 30 seconds later by Randy Savage. Also at the Royal Rumble, Jarrett participated in attacking The Undertaker and forcing him into a casket, an incident that would be a focal point in Undertaker's rematch later that year. Jarrett was scheduled to wrestle in a 5 versus 5 tag match at WrestleMania 10, but the match did not take place due to the time constraints. However, the match did take place on the April 4th episode of Raw, with Jarrett's tag team winning. During this time, Jarrett started having what would be very long string of matches with Doink during house shows in which he usually won the match. Despite getting past Lex Luger by countout in the first round, Jarrett lost in the second round in the 1984 King of the Ring tournament, being pinned by the 1-2-3 Kid. Only weeks Only weeks before SummerSlam, the WWF promoted a match as part of a rap versus country rivalry that pitted Jarrett against Mabel, who portrayed a rapper. There was little build-up for the match until Mabel tried to provoke Jarrett into a fight, but Jarrett simply exited at SummerSlam. Jarrett won the match by pinfall. Around this time, Jarrett began a feud with the 1-2-3 Kid's friend, Intercontinental Champion Razor Ramon. Jarrett would face both men at Survivor Series. Jarrett team completed in another 5 versus 5 tag team match. This time with elimination rules. Jarrett's team lost when all members of the team, including himself, were counted out. Later during the match, Jarrett once again tried to illegally attack The Undertaker, but this time was stopped by Chuck Norris. In January of 95, Jarrett would once again feud with Bret Hart, ultimately losing to Hart on the January 23rd episode of Raw. So, I'm going to... And that is some of... And then, of course, Jeff Jarrett went on to become became the chosen one in the later 90s when he came into WCW. He was the chosen one, and that's when he vied for the WCW championship, and of course he pretty much mentioned everything about Impact and all that. So now we will go and talk about the different shows that happened this week, starting with Dynamite, of course. And of course, we're going to start with the card tonight. Actually, no. Well, let's just go with the AEW last week, as much as I can. Let's see. Remember most of it. That seems possible. Oh no, it was in October. Still November. November 2nd. November 2nd. Yep, here it is. So, we had I'd like to go through and go through the play-by-play, but it takes a little bit too long, so we're going to try if we can. Full Gear. The road to Full Gear rolled through Baltimore. This is according to Bleacher Report. Wednesday night with the latest episode of AEW Dynamite. Then we had Jon Moxley as he battled the Firm's Lee Moriarty. And so we had the AEW World Championship Eliminator, Jon Moxley versus Lee Moriarty. We had Jon Moxley win that one. Then we had the ROH World Television Champion, Samoa Joe versus Brian Cage. Samoa Joe retained. ROH World Championship, Chris Jericho versus Colt Cabana, because they wanted to piss off CM Punk, I'm guessing, because they figured even though he has the right to sue, why not make it matter? I don't know. Then there was Jade Cargill versus Marina. Obviously Chris Jericho won. Jade Cargill versus Marina Shafir. Cargill retained. Then we had a no contest from Darby Allin versus Lethal. Really good start to the match. Then we had a fake Sting come out. The fake Sting was revealed to be, I can't remember, from the factory. Then there was Snow that came out. And then we had Jeff Jarrett, who explained that he was going to put people in body bags. And oddly enough, later that day, Tony mentioned that he's the head of business. So I guess Tony's going heel. This was according to, these were thoughts from Jim Cornette. I felt that this was kind of strange. I think that Jeff Jarrett would make a good manager and even a good heel manager, and kind of maybe fighting Tony in the back kind of thing might be good. He certainly might be able to get people to act right in the back, so that would be good. Then we had a triple threat match for the AEW All Atlantic Championship with Orange Cassidy, Luchasaurus, and Rey Fixx. That was all right, I guess. But Cassidy versus Lucha. I mean, Rey Fixx, in my mind, is a really good wrestler. And while I might like Jim Cornette, I don't really agree with his thoughts on Rey Fixx. Then we had a sit-down interview with Renee Paquette, Saraya, and Britt Baker, but Britt Baker wasn't there, so Saraya was there, and then she was asked by Renee if she was cleared, and she didn't answer and walked away. Then we had Daddy Ass Birthday Bash, which was kind of a fun segment, and then his kids were kind of like, hey, Dad, we are your legitimate kids. And then we had C. Morrissey or W. Morrissey attack the ring and attack Max Caster and Bowens. And not any of this was in that order, but this is from Bleacher Report. And now to go into, I guess we'll go into SmackDown first. Yeah, we'll go to SmackDown first. So I'll look up SmackDown. Not same day. The 5th or 4th, December 4th. And I didn't get a chance to see these. I actually did watch them later, but because of the marathon, which you can still donate to, I will throw up the link in the description so that if you're on Twitch, if you're on Facebook, if you're on YouTube, they'll see it. If you're on YouTube, please like and subscribe. We really appreciate that. And get notifications so we can tell you, so you can see when we come on. Sometimes we almost always, I almost always follow the proper time, which is the 20, or which is Wednesday. But if there's like some news or something like that that you want to catch, notifications will help you with that. Let's see, December 4th. Oh, not December 4th. I got ahead of here. That's funny. That's my birthday. So I guess I started thinking about the cake I'll be having or something. I don't know what happened there with my brain. Let's see. With SmackDown. So we're going to just come up with it as best we can here. Yeah, we're going to go with Sports Kita. Here we go. That's why I'm tired still, because of the event. Maybe it's made me tired. It's possible. Okay, so we had Sonya Deville versus Liv Morgan. No disqualification match. I'm kind of getting tired of no DQ matches. I do feel like they feel lazy. Sonya brought out a kendo stick to the ring and beat Liv before locking in a crossface. Then you had then a Ricochet versus LA Knight on SmackDown. And Knight had the early advantage, but Ricochet took him. Oh, wait. Who won the match? Sorry about that. Let's find out. I'm going to say probably Liv. But... Morgan kicked out, hit a knee strike and an oblivion on the chairs before picking up the win. So... then we had LA Knight. LA got some kicks in the corner before Ricochet got a driving line. And Knight slipped out of a slam and rolled Ricochet up by the tights and used the ropes to get the win. So LA Knight defeated Ricochet. And then Usos were backstage with Sami Zayn and Solo Sikoa, and Jay wanted to go out to the ring. Sami wanted them to stay backstage, but Jay told him it wasn't a bloodline thing, but a Uso thing before walking out with Jimmy. Then we had Bray Wyatt, who's backstage with a crew member, interrupted him. The star said he hated being interrupted and threatened to beat the guy up before apologizing. The Usos were out next and said that tomorrow they would make history by becoming the longest reigning tag team champs in history. They made fun of the Brawling Brutes before New Day made their entrance. I guess we're not doing Saudi Arabia today. It'd be too long. The New Day wanted a match for the tag titles, but the Brawling Brutes were done. Before the Usos could respond, the Brutes attacked them from behind. The New Day joined the brawl. Solo and Sammy came out to help. So then we had Shayna Baszler versus Natalya on SmackDown. Baszler was in control of the match, began and immediately went after Natalya's arm. Ronda Rousey was at ringside and cheered Baszler on as she destroyed Natalya in the ring. Natalya took a boot to the face before coming back with a basement dropkick for a near fall. Shayna locked the Kirifuda clutch, knocked Natalya out before getting the win. MVP was next and said he booked 5 opponents for Braun Strowman tonight. All 5 showed up on the ramp before Braun came out and took them all out. Braun headed to the ring before MVP ran away. Braun caught up and MVP tried to hit him with his cane. Strowman tossed it away and sent MVP into the steps. He then carried MVP into the ring. And hit the running power slam. Braun slams for. I guess I didn't see it. I guess I had not watched it yet. Mysterio was in trouble early on and was caught in a submission move on the top rope before being dropped outside. After a break on SmackDown, Rey was powerbombed into the apron before taking some big power slams in the ring. Rey came back with a sleeper hold, but it was broken as Gunther climbed the ropes, hit a big drop, and 2 traded chops as the match went on. Rey centered the powerbomb and got a big dive. He went to the top rope, but Gunther slammed him down. Rey caught the champ on the ropes and hit a Hurricane before hitting a senseless slip for a near fall. Gunther dodged the frog splash before getting another powerbomb for another near fall. Rey set up 619, but it was blocked. Gunther came back with a sudden clothesline and picked up the win. Gunther defeated Rey Mysterio to retain the Intercontinental. That's not surprising. And that was SmackDown. I think we're going to have to call it there, and I'm going to give the preview matches tonight before you go down to there. AEW Dynamite preview. Soraya's big announcement is finally here. So she's finally going to announce that she's cleared, I'm guessing. And the rest of tonight is AEW World Championship Eliminator Tournament. Kicks off tonight the first round match between Ethan Page and Eddie Kingston. Then we've got they're going to have a rematch between Bryan Danielson and Sammy Guevara. And then we're going to hear from both MJF and AEW World Champion Jon Moxley during the broadcast. AEW World Tag Team Champions, The Acclaimed, and ROH Tag Team Champions, FTR, team up tonight for an 8-man tag match against Swerve and Our Glory and the Ass Boys. That's going to be hard to watch because a lot of people moving. Jamie Hayter is booked in a singles match against Sky Blue. And this is a tune-up match for Hayter. This, I'll be honest, I'm not really too impressed. So there's a bunch of stuff we don't know if it's happening or not. Lots of questions. Hopefully they'll be answered. Get your snacks. Enjoy the show. Thanks for watching the 1, 2, 3. Oh, by the way, get yourself a t-shirt. Go on to tpublic.com/stores/gaming-fixx. And right now the t-shirts are all $14 as a holiday special. So you can help us out and save yourself some bucks. Maybe get your significant others or family something cool for Christmas or whatever holiday you happen to be celebrating. All right, folks. Thanks for watching the 1, 2, 3. Bye, everybody.